Good morning, everyone. Retta's Recovery Reminders. And Ratchet's here with me. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. I'm so grateful. I have, the weekend off. But I wanted to share with you guys something that I remember that I read quite a long time ago. I never went to jail until I was 27 years old. That's really when my full-blown addiction started, which was when I was 27. Before then, it was like on and off. I went through, months where I'd have stints, but at 27 is when it's when oxys came out, and it was, you know, just terrible in this country for addiction. Anyway, one time when I was locked up, I read this poem, and it really, it has always stuck with me. I thought it was beautiful, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's called The Invitation by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream your heart's longing of, it doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, and if you have been opened by life's betrayals or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, be realistic, remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me the story. If the story you are telling me is true, I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself, and if you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty, even when it's not pretty, every day, and if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in empty moments. By Oriah Mountain Dreamer. And that is a very meaningful poem to me, and it has got me through a lot of things, and I had been thinking about it. It has been in my mind, and I was like, I kind of want to share it with my new followers. I appreciate you guys. You're not followers, you're friends, and that's what I believe the cure for addiction is. It's connection. I believe that we stay in our addiction because we don't feel connected, we don't feel loved, and it is only through loving ourselves first and foremost that we can actually break out of those destructive patterns. That's why it's so important to love yourself, and self-love means you know what you need and what you want, and being able to communicate that honestly and not be ashamed, because we're all human. We need love. We need connection. We need, human interaction. Okay. And I have another reading until today that I wanted to share with you guys. Life will work for me when I realize I can take my own advice. If I had a little girl, I would tell her all the things I think she would need to know to be fully prepared for life. I would tell her that there will be good days and bad days, and that she should be grateful for them all. I would tell her that she is always protected. No matter what she does, she will always be loved. I would tell my little girl that life is full of wonder and excitement, and that it is all available to her. I would tell her to focus on one thing at a time, enjoy it, taking the most pleasant memories of it into the next experience. I would tell her to be kind to all people, even when they are not kind in return. I would tell my little girl to find something to appreciate about everything and everyone. When you are appreciative, you get more to appreciate. That's true, I promise. I would tell my little girl that she did not have to rely on people for her good, that she could withdraw all that she needs from heaven. I would tell her to always tell the truth in a way that she would want to hear it. Always give her best and never doubt that it was good enough. Always remember where she came from and the people who helped her along the way. I would tell my little girl that the best things in life are not things, they're people. I would tell my little girl that it is important for her to honor what she feels. I would tell her I would tell her that a well-ordered mind will never lead her astray, and that if her mind and life are to be in order, she must put God first. The most important thing I would want my little girl to know is that she should never be afraid of making a mistake, because mistakes, when evaluated, make masters. Until today, you may have found it easier to provide others with guidance in their times of need than to help yourself. Isn't that the truth? You may have not realized how truly wise you are. Just for today, listen to and heed your own advice. Anything you can tell anyone else probably applies to you too. Today, I will talk to myself, listen to myself, and heed my own advice. That is a great reading. And, so many times I've remembered when I knew that it wasn't right and that I wasn't being treated the way that I should, and I didn't say anything because I was fearful of that person leaving. If I were to actually speak my truth, like, you're full of crap, you're projecting whatever you got going on in your head onto me, and then you're mad at me for whatever you're projecting onto me. But I kept my mouth shut for a long time and just dealt with a lot of abuse. And, I'm not a perfect person. I don't claim to be. I have made plenty of mistakes. But the thing is, I don't try to be perfect. I try to be better than I was yesterday. And I'm not in competition with anybody else but me. Like, people get caught up, and it's like we're in a competition with ourselves, and the world tries to make you think that everything is outside of you. Nothing is outside of you. It's all an internal job. Stop looking outside for anything. God, advice, anything. When you get quiet and still and look within, that is when you find the answers. As above, so below. And I wish I could tell you the truth of that, but it is more true than we really allow ourselves to believe it. We have been given beliefs and their structures and boxes put over us, like wearing a little box around your head. Oh no, this is what I believe, but they're not really beliefs, they're limitations. And that is the only thing that the world can give you. If the belief is not something that you have found in your heart through your journeys, that you know in your heart that this is true because you've seen evidence of it, then that is not your truth. Your truth comes from within you. If you believe something because someone else told you or you read it in a book, that is you giving your power away to someone else. You're waiting for somebody to save you. You're waiting for something outside of yourself to save you. And that is what this world is geared to do. But that's because this country is basically Babylon. And it is just demonic. And the love of money is the root of all evil, and this country is built on the love of money. And it's not the actual money that's the problem, it's the love of and greed. There's plenty of it for everybody, but they try to make believe that there's this scarcity and lack, and it puts people in fear, and you don't really get it, but it makes the rat race that we live in by our subconscious programming. We have to clear out all those nasty limiting beliefs that we didn't get from actual experience from our life, something that we experienced with our consciousness. We are all the same I am. The center of our being is source consciousness. Consciousness is the only real thing in the universe. I mean, physics is telling us this. We have scientific proof of, consciousness. Every atom, when, the light, when it's being looked at, it can tell, because everything is conscious. Every single atom. It's all good. It's all good. Everything that they've put out as a negative evil, there are low vibrational entities, don't get me wrong, but the fear part of it is what they want, because for some reason they feed off some kind of negativity. I don't know why, and I don't pretend to understand it. It is beyond my understanding, that is for sure, but I am no longer ignorant of it. That is also for sure. I am well protected, and this I also know, but just make sure you're being true to yourself. It is only through honesty with yourself, being true to yourself, heart and mind alignment with source consciousness, that you can be a sovereign being, which is what I think they're trying to prevent, from people actually getting their own mind, which is why they've just tried to get people to have this mob mentality. When you look at the news, I don't ever look at the news or watch the news. It's all illusion, just like Hollywood. I don't watch movies. I don't watch any of that crap. They're programming you. The radio too, music as well. All that rap music, it's brainwashing. That beat and the bass, it's putting you in a trance, and you hear these lyrics that you probably don't even understand consciously, but your subconscious does not even question what is going in. And this is now your program. It's not good what they're doing. Please, be aware. Awareness is your best friend right now. And also skepticism. Be skeptic of anything but your own truth. I promise you that unconditional love and authenticity are the highest vibration that you can be on this timeline. That's what I'm focused on. I don't know what's really going on and I don't pretend to, but I know that I want to be on the positive side. That's what I know. So I'm just trying to project love and light. And I can only do that through healing all that nasty, ugly, gunky stuff that I had in there caking up my heart chakra. You have to bust free from that. Like, you are loved. You are lovable. You are worthy of recovery. I know we have this like thought that we don't matter. Like that's in the sick circumstances that I had put myself in, I got to the place where I felt like nothing I felt mattered. It didn't matter. And I was truly alone. And it was only through feeling truly alone and being in that darkness, going through all that darkness by myself emotionally, that I was able to clear out my original gunk that kept me stuck for so long in that false love relationship, seeking for something that wasn't even real. It was like, because my dad, I didn't even, but he doesn't talk to me. He's an alcoholic and a functioning alcoholic, but I believe that's where I got the genetics, but we're not our genetics. We are given that thought and it's wrong. We know that now. It's been proven that it is mindset that keeps you sick. It is, the dis-ease of our mind and that makes our body sick. It's all connected. And I believe that they disconnected that on purpose. Look at the medical, how high, and it's just crazy. Just this society is the opposite of what it's supposed to be doing. They are throw the rock and hide the hand is what it is. They want you to believe they're helping you when really they're doing anything but. And I mean, look at the food industry. They're poisoning us. They're trying to keep us all sick and stupid. And it's on you to make sure that they don't succeed. That's all I can say. We have the choice what we eat, what we watch, what we listen to. Make the right choices. Stop self-destructing, because that's what they want us to do. They want us in turmoil. Get out of it. Find your peace. Go into nature. Connect to source and find that unconditional love. Once you find that feeling, nothing compares. Like, I couldn't even imagine going back to the fake stuff now, that I've found the real. Anyway, I love you guys. I wanted to share that with you. I appreciate each and every one of my new subscribers. Thank you guys. Reach out if I can help you. Like, subscribe, share with friends. I love you guys. Peace. Be blessed.